Hi, hello, and good afternoon, and welcome to my top 10 list of why I love the 2016 Volvo XC90. Number one, numero uno, is without a doubt the exterior styling. I mean, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous car. I really like the look of it, and I know people like sports cars and different types of cars, but for an SUV, this is a really, really pretty and a really good looking, classic, proportioned SUV. And in general, I really like the look of SUVs. It is a really, really modern and sleek and clean and Scandinavian styling, and really modern and cool, and people stare. People actually stare, which is a thing I didn't expect when getting this car, but people stare, people give you thumbs up, people talk to you, will give you compliments on the car, and I like that. That's really cool in my opinion, that Volvo can make an SUV that really captures the public's eye. Reason number two is interior styling, and I mean, if something is better than the exterior styling on this car, it must be the interior styling. This interior is just drop dead gorgeous. Miles of soft Napa leather, open pore wood, quality materials. I mean, there isn't a place in this cabin where you can find hard plastics as you can in Range Rovers and Mercedes GLEs, and even in the GLS. The Mercedes GLS has hard plastics in the lower cabin, but this has just high quality materials throughout. The styling is just so clean, so classic, so luxurious. It's just like a mini Bentley. It's bar none one of the best and most spectacular interiors in the car business today. Number three is comfort. And even though this car is equipped with 20-inch rims, it's also equipped with the 4C, four-corner chassis control air suspension, which just gives this car a really, really refined and comfortable ride. And I can make it stiffer, I can make it more sporty, but what makes this car really good is the comfort level, that you can just put it in comfort, you can glide along on bad pavement, on this road here I'm on here, which is a mountain road, which is worn by winter and permafrost. It's not uncomfortable, so the comfort level is really, really good. One of the best comfort levels today in a car. So the steering wheel is number four, and for several reasons. First off, it's really small actually. I mean, if you get in this car and then you sit in a Range Rover afterwards, it feels like you're driving a bus when you're in a Range Rover. So the steering wheel is really small and compact. It's like on a Super Mini, like on a Ford Fiesta or a Peugeot 208. It's small. And it's not small for the cabin size, it's just small in general, which just makes it a pleasure to pilot this car. And another thing is the leather quality. I mean, this car is equipped with Napa leather, which is an option, but Napa leather is one of the softest leathers you can get in a car today. But the steering wheel leather, I don't know what it's called, but it's super, 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 super soft. It's just, I mean, you have to feel it with your own hands to feel it. It's just a pleasure to hold the steering wheel. I just love holding it because it's just buttery, baby skin smooth. And the last thing I like about the steering wheel is the buttons. It's just super clean, big buttons, legible, easy to read, and high quality. So number five is the actual steering, and I'm not talking about the steering wheel, but the actual steering, which is super, super quick. So these point four and 5 might be somewhat the same point, but I've decided to divide it because the actual steering is really, really quick. I mean, it's one of the quickest steerings I've ever piloted or used or felt in a car, and I mean, it's quicker than many sports cars. So it just makes the car really darty, really sharp, really responsive, And then you also have the actual steering feel, which is really good for electric power steering. It gives you feedback, it's weighted nicely, and you can go in and adjust individual settings, the stiffness, the hardness, the resistance of the steering. So steering feel and actual quickness of the steering is top notch. So number 6 is seats, and this is no surprise to anybody who knows anything about cars, because Volvo have been known for making probably the best seats for years. I mean, they're really supportive, tons of adjustments, and you can go on a 12-hour stretch and get out of the car and still feel refreshed. So the seats are just superb, super comfortable, super supportive, and you can go really long trips without feeling exhausted or tired. Number 7 is the Sensus infotainment system, which is super easy to use. It's like using your smartphone, a tablet. It's really intuitive, it's responsive, it's easy. The tiles are big, the buttons are big. It's really logical to use and really easy to navigate back and forth. It's just probably the best infotainment system in any car today. So number 8 is the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, which is one of the best sound systems in any car today. It's super clean sounding. The mids and the highs are really crisp, and the bass, both in the woofers and the doors and the actual subwoofer, is really tight and responsive. So one of the best sound systems in a car today, and it just looks amazing, and I never get tired of listening to it. I mean, I've had this car for 3 months, almost 4 months now, driven 18,500 kilometers, and the sound system impresses me as much every time I put on a good song. So number 9 is this thing up here, the panoramic sunroof, which is just two large glass panels, and it gives the cabin, especially in winter time, but also now in spring and summer, just gives the cabin lots of natural light. It's just a real pleasure. And this actually goes for any car. If there is a sunroof, and especially a panoramic option for your car, I highly recommend it. This is going to be the best money you've ever spent, because this one you can even open it. So half of the roof just opens wide, and it's like almost having a convertible, but not quite there. But it just, you know, opens up the elements, opens up the cabin. You can smell, you can hear everything outside, you can feel the fresh air, and it just gives you all the light you need and you want in the cabin. Number 10, and this number 10 is nothing special, or partly special to the XC90, but it is the keyless entry, the keyless start, and the actual key of the XC90. So first off, keyless entry is just superb. I mean, once you go keyless entry, you can't go back. And once you go keyless start, it's just annoying to have a key that you put in the keyhole and turn. It just feels so old-fashioned. And I experienced this about a month back when I had the XC90 in for a repair, and they gave me a brand new V70 with the traditional key, and it was just annoying to take the key out of your pocket and press the buttons. I know it sounds silly, but if you've ever had a car with keyless entry and keyless start, you know what I'm on about. The thing that's different about the XC90, the 2016, is the actual key. And as you can see, this key matches this interior. And if you get a different colored interior, you get a different color key. And this key is actually covered in the same Nappa leather as the seats, which is just amazing. And it's Nappa leather and metal, and I mean, this is the best, the nicest, the most gorgeous and high quality feeling key in the car business today. It's nicer than a Bentley key. It's nicer than a Porsche key. It's nicer than a Tesla key, and it's even nicer than the new E-Class key. So this is a really, really, really beautiful key, and I just love it. And keyless means you just keep it in your pocket and it doesn't get dirty, even though I clean it now and then. So guys, that was my top 10 list why I love the 2016 Volvo XC90, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button down below, and for more car content, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.